So in this video, I've been thinking about God and your personal rights. And why would I be on that topic this time? Because it is a big topic right now with the potential of us having to wear face masks, being mandated by your local or even maybe possibly the federal government. But personal rights is not a new topic. It's talked about a lot in the New Testament. Paul talked about it a lot. A lot of topics came up about personal rights. But as this face mask thing progresses, I want us as Christians to think about three things in our decision to wear a mask or refuse to wear a mask. Let's just think of these three things. And the first one I wanted to think about is in 1 Corinthians, and it's Paul, and it's in chapter 10, and it says, all things are lawful, but not all things are helpful. All things are lawful, but not all things build up. So as a Christian, let's put that to measure when we decide to either wear a mask or not wear a mask. Is our decision going to be helpful and build up? Or is our decision going to be hurtful and tear down? Think about it. The second one comes in Romans 13. And this one's a little more specific because there may possibly be a mandate coming down from your local or our federal government that you have to wear a mask in public. So let's think about this. So let's look at the first two verses of Romans 13. And it says, let every person be subject to the governing authorities, for there is no authority except from God, and that exists have been instituted by God. Therefore, whoever resists the authorities resists what God has appointed, and those who resist will incur judgment. So I know a lot of people right now are going to yell, well, if the governing authorities violate the will of God, we are to resist that. And I am 100% on board with that. If a law is made that resists what we know God to have said, then we are to resist that man's law. But my question to Christians, when you decide to wear a mask or reject wearing a mask, is that violating anything that God has asked us to do or told us to do? Me personally, no. I can't stand before God and say I didn't wear a mask because it violated your laws. And finally, the third thing for us to consider when deciding whether to wear a mask or reject wearing a mask is in Matthew 7 and what Jesus said. The number 2 rule, we call it. So what you wish others would do to you, do also for them. For this is the law and the prophets. And to me, and you may have a different opinion, but I personally don't like things that I'm afraid of being pushed into me being forced to do them. Whether that fear is a good fear or not, I may still be struggling to get over it. There are a lot of people afraid of getting sick. So when we decide to wear a mask or reject wearing a mask, are we making them unnecessarily afraid, even if we think their fear is unfounded? So think about that. Think about God and your personal rights.